We need to get behind Kamala Harris, Senator Harris, and help her with the bill that she's getting ready to introduce, which I'm sure Bernie will be on the sponsor for that too. So we need to get behind that and let them know, yes, we want this. That's what democracy requires, us to stand up in mass by the millions and demand things, as Bernie told us 1,000 times, because the man is a teacher. And whether he runs for anything else ever again, we should respect him for that reason alone. He's taught people about the oligarchy, about corrupt media. He's shown you a rigged election. Even if he didn't acknowledge it, he helped you experience it. Everyone fucking saw it because of him. Now, it would kill his political career to acknowledge it, so stop asking him to do it. He can't do it until he retires after he's been president and writes a memoir. Wait till then, and he'll tell you what fucking happened. Right now, he's got to play his game. His game is filthy. Leave him alone. The man's got good intentions. He spent 40 years proving that. So let him teach. He may not even ever run for anything. You don't have to vote for him. He's teaching right now anyway and spreading truth, so just let him do it. Support him while he does it. And, help him fight for things like he's pushing for single payer right now. He's introducing that and talking about that on NPR, and I've seen him talk about it on CNN here and there. Now he's openly coming out regularly for single payer, using this Republicans on the rope time to push for single payer, which means he needs millions of us to flood the fucking streets and demand single payer. He told you how this works 1,000 times. So right now you see 2 senators trying to do something, 3. Jackson, Harris, Sanders. You're supposed to be supporting those 3 senators and those endeavors to make sure that they pass. That is democracy. You flood the streets, you sit in offices, you tell not your constituents, but your representatives who work for you, by the way, that you would demand that they vote for this issue and make sure this passes. And if they don't, you make sure they know you're going to vote them out of office. That's our job, and you cannot sleep on that job and expect anything to improve or get better. So we need to demand single payer, and while Bernie's hollering for it, we need to get behind him and demand it. While you got a senator doing it too. Our part is 85%. Our part is the street work. Our part is the most important part. Bernie's part, though, it's where they pass the laws. So we got to help him get it through. We have to make the other ones see that we won't stand for no. You have to show them there is no. We're not going to take no. We demand this. And if you stop it, Mitch McConnell, we will fucking get rid of you. And until we're at that level, we don't really have any real power. So we outnumber the conservatives. We can't change things everywhere, but we can change things in most places. And we're the largest voting group. So if we unite on all these big issues, we can see all of them come to fruition. And it won't even take that long. But it will require us coming together and participating in democracy. You can't dem exit this shit. You can't take your ball and go home. Nothing will change if you do. You can't vote your way out of a rigged election. Stop kidding yourself. Stop letting Jill and Ajamu tell you can do that, because you can't. You can do that at the local levels in the small elections. But when they start asking you to support them for president, know that they're asking you to throw your vote away. And I hate to say that, but I voted for Jill and so did my wife. And if you look at the district totals at the end, 0. She got no votes, which means I know that my 2 votes went in the trash can or flipped to Hillary or whatever the fuck they did with them. And until we demand election reform, until Jill and Ajamu right now should be fighting and claws and hands and nails for election reform, for paper ballot system like Germany has and Europe has. And if I said his name wrong, but a friend of mine, Rye, if he's here, he will tell you all about it. And I'll share some stuff up. I got a video I made for him for the movement towards getting us a paper ballot system like they use in Germany. I'll just stick with Germany. Germany has the best one right now, I think. But I'm going to put my video, I'm going to tag it in these comments. If you watch it later, it'll be here. From my YouTube channel, I made a video explaining it. It's only about 5 minutes long. But we need election reform. If you're going to vote on these rigged machines, you're going to keep getting whatever result they want you to get. And it won't be Russia that does it. They'll blame someone like Russia, but it'll be the same as it's always been.